fine. I can still eat, but there is like a threshold, and I'm damn close to it, where like the idea of eating becomes obnoxious to me. I'm really close to that line.
Okay, well,
I really want a burrito.
If you cross that line, let me know.
Nowhere to go.
Previously on Sailing Adrift, Chris ventures down south to Tijuana for a quick and eerie dental visit. I hung back and sanded down the inside of the aft cabin, regrouped, rallied, and primed the bilge. Then we prepped for our very first floor.
Good morning, it's Saturday, and I have the whole day to work on the boat. So the goal is to turn it from what it looks like now to this picture. This is a rough idea of the picture. So this is the bed. These are the drawers that will be in the face over here. This will be a wall that is for the bathroom, but if I drew that, this would be a kind of pointless drawing. So, and then a little step in between to help us get up there, and then there'll be cabinets along all three walls, windows with shelves underneath them, and little corner cabinets for us to store stuff in. And what's cool about this bed setup is it will be wide enough to lay this way or front back. So I'm very excited about that. There'll also be little cubby cabinets popped into each of these, and that's what I'm basically working on. Let's go up on the boat and see how we're doing. But before I do that, what do you guys think of my new shirt? I bought 5 of them. They were on clearance. One of my top 2 brands, Buffalo by David Biden. A gentleman should have favorite brands, and this is one of mine. The other one is probably Calvin Klein jeans, specifically that line. If you catch my underwear hanging out of the back of my pants, it'll probably say Calvin Klein on them. You want to know why? Because I love Back to the Future.
Calvin, why do you keep calling me Calvin?
Well, that is your name, isn't it? Calvin Klein? It's written all over your underwear.
Let's go up on the boat and see how it looks. But as I'm walking, I want to take the time to talk about this guy on my shoulder. This is the Rode Wireless Go microphone. Ooh, a little breeze. We could be testing it right now to see how it does for wind noise. It is an Omni microphone that talks to a unit that's living right up here on top of the camera. And so far, it works really great. I've noticed our audio quality gets a little rough, especially when we're in a place where we're a little bit farther away from the microphone. So, as part of my commitment to better videos, we went ahead and purchased one of these to test it out. We might get a second one for Kelly. Anyway, this place is covered in dust, but we have made it down to the aft cabin. Let's look around. So this is basically that picture I showed you. Now we could zoom out a little farther to get it, but you get the idea of why I didn't draw this wall. Right down here is where a couple of drawers will live. One up high, one down low. In between the two will be a step so we can get into here. It'll be recessed and sticking out a little bit, so it'll give you a nice good foothold and you don't bang your shin. And then we have all these bays where we're going to put little tab strips around the edge and have set in shelves so we can store things flat. This middle bay will be for just mass storage of long, thin things. Figuring we have plenty of little cubbies for storing things, but if anything were long, we might have trouble finding a spot for it. So that's what this is. And the whole thing is going to be on a gas-powered lift, so we can lift this up and get it out of the way and get at all this stuff. Along this side, we'll probably have a permanently installed side shelf. Same thing over here. And then we've already cut and fit these, and I took them down so I could finish tabbing these guys in. There'll be wall facings all around here with shelving that goes over the top, under the windows, all the way around. And then in each corner, since there's a little extra room, we're gonna build out little cabinets. Those were in the boats originally, but we're not gonna reuse them just because aesthetically they're not going to match with our new look. These right down here are Easter Snickers that I couldn't wait to consume. Up on top, we've already showed you that we're going to put insulation all along these walls and then cover it up. But up on top, we're gonna use a thicker insulation because we have pretty deep little support beams that go across. And then we're going to clad these in a gray stained ash wood. Ash is nice and strong. It bends relatively easy. It's not the best rot resistant wood, but it's gonna be inside the cabin. So if we take care of it, seal it really well, it should be just fine. That's what I'm working on. The biggest thing I'm worried about when it comes to refitting the boat is being efficient with my time and energies. Like right now would be a great time to finish out the structure of this, but not actually start putting finishes on anything. And then we can do the rough plumbing and the rough electrical, make sure that's all in place. But then that means I've got to come up with a detailed electrical plan. I've got to come up with a detailed plumbing plan, a detailed ventilation and HVAC plan. I think the V in HVAC does in fact stand for ventilation. But anyway, so I just want to be efficient and make sure that we're doing things when it's going to be the easiest and the most effective. So that's what keeps me up at night right now, is thinking about what to do next. Here is the locker, the hanging locker that will largely remain the same. We'll probably just refinish the exterior and spruce up the interior. Right down there on this wall will be the aft DC control panel, which the back will be on this side under the bed. We're going to have one in this locker and probably one in the forward locker, and then just off the main panel it'll be very simple. We'll split it into two directions, take a 100 amp service here and 100 amp service over there, and then distribute this so it's less parallel wire, if you know what I mean. In the head, right over here, I've got this wall cut. So we will have our toilet will live back here, kind of next to these guys, 10 inches in. And then there'll be a bench, and this whole area will be the wet area for a shower, and we'll put tempered glass right across. Then we'll have a sink that's about 24 inches wide and a nice little get ready area. That's our hot water heater. But when we've got this wall up, we're going to stash the vented loops for the shower and the two you need for the head right here on this bulkhead. That is plenty above the water line. It's where our vented loop for the engine is on the other side. So that should be a great spot. I'm very excited about the equipment we're using. We're going to use an intelligently designed Whale pump. Whale is a very reliable brand. They're the ones that came up, I believe it's called a gulper, the hand pump that was really, really reliable and dumped tons of water out. Their stuff seems to be designed very, very well, and it's very highly regarded. So they came out with a new pump that's smart. You direct drain your shower into a pipe, and it goes into a central location with a little sump box, like tiny, like fit in the palm of my hands. And between the where the water collects, there's a small membrane, and then on the other side is a water sensor. What's cool about there being a membrane between the two is that water sensor is not going to get all oiled and gunked up and stop working. So hopefully it'll last a good long time. And then that sensor kicks on a pump, which sends it out of the boat. So no gross smelly sump boxes, no need to clean those out. It should just directly shoot that water right out of the side, hair bowls and all. Whatever comes out of a shower, I don't even want to think about it. And that's why we chose that pump. So that's what we're working on. And the first project I'm going to work on today is this shelving unit. So let's get going. Here it is, all glued. A little unimpressive when you look at it, but this will just go into place, and then we'll build out the cabinets, tab it in place, so it's just being held by epoxy, which, with it being about 75 today, set in about 10 minutes in the sunshine, which is sweet. Now we just have to install it in the actual boat. Isn't that unimpressive? There's a lot of work that went into this stupid two-piece glued thing to make it square.
So Chris found this place called Woodcraft in Tigard, and it has the stain we need, so he asked me to pick up a quart of that and look at some other colors, so that's what I'm gonna do. I went into the store and I got what I came for, which was this, but I also got a few other things to play around with. This gel stain in gray, and another one, antique walnut. I have kind of this gray theme going for the boat, and I might need to break it up with some warmth, so I decided antique walnut was the way to go. But there was also a Java that I might go back and get later.
See how bizarre some of these pieces are shaped? I swear, building a boat is just like piecing together a puzzle. This, right here, is a puzzle piece to the platform for the bed.
How's it looking there, boss?
Yeah. Looks like I need to find where it's a little tight. This will cover this drawer box. And in here will be one drawer, two drawers.
And a footstep in between.
Correct. And then this, where I'm standing, will lift up and be able to access all of these hatchets. Now we've got another one of these, minus this, for this side. Right here. The bed goes up 8 inches, about right here we'll say. So it'll go across most of this, but we'll have this little bit of exposed hull, or I could just bring in corner units that will cover it. There's really not much that we can put back here. I have no idea what you put back here. Maybe just holes to drop stuff in, like. I'm thinking more of like sunscreen or lotion, or, you know, it's because it's literally going to be about that deep. So you can like drop stuff down there and like pull it out. But
yeah.
Other than that, maybe just have a hole and you can see the top of whatever it is. It'll be like really narrow. So that's what I'm up to.
Cool. Yeah, when you said not much has been done and then I came up here, I was like, whoa.
Well,
We
I cut
got
a lot of pieces. They're just not
tiny
put
little
together.
walls.
There's so many freaking things.
Yeah.
Hey Chris, you want to do a little unboxing? Which one should I open first?
Doesn't matter. I don't even know what they are, but you really don't know what they are, so I thought it'd be more fun.
This is a little box. These look familiar.
Oh yeah, I forgot I ordered those.
These are not boat related.
No, they just give us the opportunity to charge all our stuff because we're starting to get quite a collection. This one I bet will be boat related.
Aha! Oh, I think I know what this is. This is the shower head.
Yeah. This is like a little teaser because our shower is going to be quite a thing. That concludes the end of our unboxing for today, maybe. Because we already got 2 other boxes.
We have more coming?
And there's lots more coming.
Oh.
I've been ordering a lot of plumbing things.
Well, good.
I love getting packages. The first one resembles a pump because it is a pump. This is for our shower. Anyway, so this is the Whaler pump with intelligent control. 2 showers will go into this basin, 1 on each end, and then inside is a little tiny reservoir, a little sump, and then there's a dividing wall, and on the other side of the dividing wall, outside of the gunky, gross, soapy water, is a sensor, and it senses through the wall that there's water in that reservoir and turns the pump on. And why that's awesome is because notoriously float switches or trigger switches for pumps get gucked up and they stop working over time. This is supposed to eliminate that problem. It's cutting edge. This is the diagram. Get in here, Kel. Look at this. So you have your shower and your other shower. That's how we're going to set it up. They both go into this guy. This senses when to turn the pump on. The pump kicks on and dumps water out. As soon as there's no more water in this, it just turns itself off. Completely thoughtless. So we don't have to be intelligent because this is.
That seems like a really great diagram. I love it.
Yeah, and here's the vented loop so you don't flood your boat because theoretically, if you had water and this went underwater, and then it could come in and flood the whole boat. So we got to get it above the water line and then back out.
Yeah, and you got the vented loop the other day.
I did. I got that. Well, yes, the vented loop is there. Let's see what's in the next box, shall we? You ask yourself, valve? Do I need a valve? And then this answers that question as to why valve.
×2.
That's terrible. Why these are cool. They only use 120 degree bends. So 90 degree bends, not good for solid waste. 120 degree bends, much, much better. So that's one big plus for them. Plus they're lockable. So if you go into a place where you can't just dump directly overboard, this will, you'll be able to throw a padlock on that and eliminate the possibility for trouble from the authorities for dumping directly
A
offside.
padlock?
Yeah.
That's really necessary?
Some places require you to wire it closed or do something to prove, and then they tag it. So like when you
literally
leave.
have to lock your shit up.
Yeah. Yes,
Wow.
Kelly, you do. Were you just waiting to say that?
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's go to Home Depot and check out these.
Okay.
Well, it's not like we need the kitchen sink today.
Kelly,
What?
I'm annoyed at myself. How did I
can
not
tell.
anticipate this? First, my burrito place is packed with people. Then Starbucks has like a 30-person line waiting for coffee. And now we get to Home Depot, and I know they make you wait before you can go inside. And it didn't even occur to me or enter my head that we're going to get here and see this gargantua line that we had no intention of wanting to wait.
Let's just go get
Let's
some
go
food.
to the grocery store. Where are we going to get food? It's all like obnoxious.
I know that you can't get your burrito, but we can go get food so it's not like a completely wasted trip.
But you already ate breakfast.
I'll eat. It's
Who's
lunchtime.
gonna eat? Sympathy eat?
I'll sympathy with you because it's lunchtime.
Fine, I can still eat, but there is like a threshold, and I'm damn close to it, where like the idea of eating becomes obnoxious to me. I'm really close to that line.
Okay, well,
I
if
really
you-
want a burrito.
If you cross that line, let me know.
Back at the ranch, sans burrito, I finished the day priming more pieces for the puzzle that is the aft cabin. It was a beautiful, sunny day, a good day to be outside and do something fairly simple and zen. As these projects keep coming, we need to keep the process in mind and not get frustrated by the hang-ups or complications along the way, because it's all part of the journey to get to where we want to be. Okay, so this bay is pretty much done except for that phone there. I'm gonna do that one, that one, that one, and all the rest of it. Okay, wish me luck.
Oh, look at that. I also ripped a hole in the suit. In the crotch.